So just take a look at Reece James. Chelsea are happy, they are celebrating, and then James. I've seen a lot of people talk about this across social media. So Chelsea players, they are in the dressing room, they are celebrating Champions League football, and Reece James is just going along with it. The others are jumping up and down, excited, and Reece James has been accused of the nonchalant gimmick. But in all honesty, he's probably just a shy guy. And I don't believe there is anything to this like most people were saying. But one of the theories that has been pointed out is the unseriousness of all of it. That Chelsea players are celebrating like they've won the Champions League when they've only just qualified for it. And Reece James, being someone who has already won the Champions League, this is seen as a step down for him and the club. But I don't get that also. I mean, I do, yes, maybe to the outsider it's a little bit cringe, it's a little bit excessive, okay. But I think all feats, all victories should be celebrated, no matter how small they may be. These players have put in the work all season, despite a new manager, new system, injuries here and there, and they have qualified for the Champions League. That is an achievement. And I think they should celebrate, and I think people shouldn't be the celebratory police. There's been so much of that recently, policing celebrations, policing players' actions, managers' reactions to things, and it just takes the fun out of things a little bit. Now, while I may not be a Chelsea fan, I think these players have a right to celebrate and be happy that they have Champions League football after quite a while. And given the past couple of seasons they've had, you know what, they deserve it. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and like and follow for more. Kylian Mbappe gave the world a 4-month head start and still walks away with the European Golden Boot. I could tell that Lewandowski against Athletic Bilbao was stressing a few Real Madrid fans, but nobody was taking this from Kylian Mbappe. Honestly, Pichichi, Golden Boot, all in the bag for Mbappe in a quote-unquote off-season, or the worst season of his career according to some. The standards for Kylian Mbappe are absolutely extraordinary, and I do not think there is a player in Europe with the same standards. I just don't. This is an absolute crazy stat. So after matchday 29, Mbappe had 18 goals and Salah had 27. Now fast forward to matchday 38 and Mbappe finishes with 31 goals, whereas Salah has 29. This has got to be one of the greatest Golden Boot comebacks of all time. It just has to be. Now, a lot of people will criticise his start for Real Madrid, but it truly is about how you end, for the most part. And just like his performance in that World Cup final, I think what makes this Mbappe comeback special is the fact that he done this with the odds against him. It is much tougher to achieve things when you're not at your best, when your team is not at its best, as opposed to when things are going the teams in your way. So the fact he came back like this is just a testament to how good he is as a player, but also the mistakes of his quote-unquote enemies. Because Salah, generational fumble. But I prattled on for far too long. As always, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and like and follow for more. PSG are now just one game away from winning the quadruple after a victory against Reims in the Coupe de France. Domestic treble tick, UCL next. Now where do I even start with this game? Oh, I know. Mr. Bradley Barcola, because what a sensational performance from him today. Actually, I think the connection between him and Desiree Doué was absolutely flawless, adding Dembele, and it is a lethal front three. Honestly, really enjoyed having the three of them on my screen today. But Bradley Barcola, 2 goals and an assist in a Coupe de France final. Absolutely sensational. Now, you all know that I have had a little bit of criticism for Bradley Barcola in recent months. And in my opinion, that's deserved because he hasn't been consistently performing at a level we expect from him. Especially in the finishing department, but oh my goodness, today he made me eat my words. Could have had a hat-trick, Reims keeper made a good few saves, but a brace nonetheless, and his finishing has come just in time for the Champions League final. I do think though him and Dembele have swapped bodies, because Dembele in front of goal these past few games, sheesh. I want to point something out because I have been thinking it over the past couple of days, and today just illuminated it for me. Now we all know PSG are in the Champions League final against Inter Milan. And in my opinion, I would consider PSG the underdogs because they have never won the competition before. even though objectively PSG are a better team than Inter. And if you take a look at this is the year of the underdogs. It is the year of breaking trophy curses. Newcastle after 70 years, Crystal Palace first major trophy in their history, Spurs winning a trophy. And because of this, despite Inter having strengths that could harm PSG, I do think PSG walk away with the Champions League this season. It is just written in the stars, and add the fact that PSG are playing the best football we've seen in years from them, yeah, it's coming to Paris. But my goodness, another trophy in the bag. Luis Enrique has done it again. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and like and follow for more. If Mo Salah does not score 4 goals against Crystal Palace today, then Kylian Mbappe wins the Golden Boot for Europe. Have we seen a more supreme bottling than Mo Salah in this Golden Boot race? These has been his last, 6 games? And I think he scored 1 goal in his last 9, if memory serves me well. Whereas Kylian Mbappe has been stepping it up in this Golden Boot race. I think he scored like 13 goals in his last 8 La Liga games. Really been cranking it up a notch. I think it's quite funny because for years people have been saying that Mbappe only scores so much because he is playing in Ligue 1. And Mbappe in La Liga this season has surpassed all but one of his best goal scoring seasons in Ligue 1. And one of the biggest reasons why he has not scored more is obviously he was not up to par in the first 3 months of the season. But this is the race for the Golden Boot as it stands. Salah is the only one of the top 3 who has 1 game to go. And of course this is based off of a point system, so if you're part of the top 5 leagues then you get 2 points per goal. If you are playing outside of the top 5 leagues then it is 1.5 points per goal, which is why Kylian Mbappe currently has 62 points. But can Salah do it? Can he score 4 goals against Crystal Palace today to snatch the Golden Boot from Kylian Mbappe? If he scores 3 goals, then he ends on the same amount of points as Mbappe, but I'm pretty sure because he has played more games, then it will go to Mbappe. Who do you think is going to triumph in the end, Salah or Mbappe? Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and like and follow for more. Amorim has told Garnacho to find another club after his behaviour at the Europa League final. During a meeting with Amorim and the Manchester United players at Carrington today, Amorim basically said that he has taken over the Manchester United squad and Garnacho, get out. Now this comes after an interview that Garnacho did after the game where he basically berated Amorim for leaving him out of the starting lineup. He says this season was, we didn't beat anyone in the league, truly. He truly is going hard on this. Until I reached the final, I played every round and helped the team. And to play 20 minutes today, I don't know. I'll enjoy the summer and then we'll see. Garnacho was not playing and neither was his brother, who uploaded this onto Instagram, working as no one else, helping every round, coming from 2 goals, last 2 finals, just to be on the pitch 19 minutes and get thrown under the bus? Wow. Well, they weren't playing and neither was Amorim, who said after the game, it's easy to say that now. Who missed the big opportunity in the first half in the semi-final? Garnacho. Football is like that. He is right when he says it is easy to say that now, because given the level of Garnacho and Mason Mount on that pitch in that final, Garnacho was the obvious starter. But Amorim is the coach and what he says go, and the players need to respect that. But as a result, it seems that Garnacho will not be a Manchester United player next season. And I honestly don't know where he's going to end up, although I do think some clubs may double think signing him given his behaviour over the last couple of days. But all that remains to be seen. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is Amorim justified? Team Garnacho? And like and follow for more. The comeback kings of the Championship playoffs have done it again, and I think this is the result every single Premier League fan was hoping for. Okay, maybe not every single, but the vast majority, okay, I have seen the noise. How wild is it that in the 95th minute of the game, a Sunderland Academy product at 19 years of age, you are scoring the winning goal for your team to get promoted to the Premier League? I thought Ballard at Coventry was absolutely wild, but this might take the cake. But you know what? It really was 2 moments of magic from Sunderland to produce this. I'm not going to stand here and say that I thought they were absolutely excellent, because they were on the back burner for many parts of the game. They were. I thought they started well, but as soon as Sheffield United scored that goal, Sunderland kind of caved in a little bit. But I think in that second half they came out fighting. And that first goal for Sunderland just changed the momentum of the game. Their players fought for every ball, every tackle, and as a neutral, it was fantastic to watch. Are you a neutral if you don't support either team, but you were kind of rooting for one to get promoted? Probably not, but I digress. I mean, take a look at this run from Sunderland. They came into it as the underdogs, they came out of it with Premier League qualification. It is extraordinary, it is absolutely extraordinary. Of course I'm going to speak about Joe Bellingham, and I thought he was largely anonymous in that first half. To be honest, I think after the goal, Sunderland as a whole did struggle, so I'm not going to hold it against him. I think he, along with the rest of the team, were much revived in that second half. I think he's good on the ball, good physically, got a good pass about him. If there's anything I would critique, he just spends too long on the ball. He needs to release quicker. I've noticed Jude has this issue as well, so you can tell they're related. All in all, I'm really excited to see Sunderland in the Premier League next season. But commiserations to Sheffield United, who were 14 points ahead of Sunderland in the Championship, went 1 goal up for 70 minutes in the playoff final, only to lose by 2 at full time. Not sure if we'll see Bellingham in the Premier League next season, given Dortmund's interest. But Mundell, Lefay are just a few names that I'm really excited to see next season. And yeah, congratulations to Sunderland. Enjoy. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and like and follow for more. So get this, Arne Slot has basically come out and gone, Trent, I like you, but did I like your discipline sometimes? No. Did I like your approach, your work ethic in training? Absolutely not. Do I think you could have been a better defender if you applied yourself? Yes. It's actually quite interesting. I think he was asked something about Trent and the Club World Cup because he mentioned Xabi Alonso, but he also says, I wasn't completely happy with every single minute he was on the training ground. Also talks about how he could have been a better defender had he applied himself a little bit more. Honestly, you can tell me your thoughts about this in the comments down below because Liverpool have been moving mad in the summer transfer window and I want to talk about it. The Trent's out and Frimpong is in. Near enough complete, going to Liverpool, done, dusted, signed, whatever. And I don't know, Bradley was bad enough, but Frimpong running at you, Premier League clubs, Champions League clubs are going to suffer next season. It is a fact. So this is the man everybody wants to talk about, and as you can see by the picture, people thought it was a done deal to Bayern. But no, today Wirtz gave his verbal commitment to Liverpool, and minus any bumps along the road, he will be a Liverpool player come the summer. Liverpool, I have to put my hands up, I'm jealous. I'm a jealous human being. But I also have Vitinha, and I know they're different players, but close enough. You can have Wirtz, I will keep Vitinha. But according to Fabrizio, Liverpool have actually formally approached Bayer Leverkusen for Florian Wirtz. They are seriously considering, no, scratch that, they will pay 150 million euros to acquire his services. Liverpool, that is absolutely incredible, and it means one thing, Arne Slot means business. Wow, I know it is Real Madrid, but Trent may be looking at Liverpool next season thinking, wish that was me. But then again, maybe not, because it is Real Madrid. My goodness, a lot to unpack here. Let me know what you think in the comments down below and like and follow for more. You're telling me Scott McTominay has just put this in the back of the net to win Serie A for Napoli? I think the season McTominay is having has gone under the radar to an extent. Even by myself, he has scored more goals than some of the best attackers in the world. Time after time he has showed up for Napoli this season, and he is a massive reason why they are lifting that Serie A trophy tonight. Absolutely phenomenal. But Antonio Conte even more so. He has coached 6 seasons in Serie A. He has now won 5 Serie A's in 6 seasons. He came second in that one that he did not win. Can we just take a moment to really comprehend how absolutely insane that is? That's what, like an 85% success rate, give or take, do not mind my maths. But Napoli are champions of Serie A, and it is thoroughly deserved. He outclassed Inzaghi at various points in Serie A this season. And yes, while it is more difficult to win a title when you are competing for more competitions, we know Inter through to the Champions League final, it's still a really impressive feat for Conte, and you could not take that away from him. It is making me think what sort of Inter PSG will face in the final, and I know bringing it back to PSG. But I am curious because some people are saying that Inter, they're going to be depressed, upset, they're going to go into the match with not the best mentality because of this. Whereas you can make the argument that Inter are going to be out for revenge. If Inter do not win this Champions League, their season is basically a dud. Whereas PSG are on track to win a domestic treble. So this defeat could add a little boost to Inter's step in the Champions League, or it could do the complete opposite and they capitulate. I don't know, but I am excited to find out. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments down below and like and follow for more. Jurgen Klopp switched the television off after he heard Liverpool fans boo Trent Alexander-Arnold, and to be honest, I understand him. So he said he's not going to tell Liverpool fans how to feel, but when he was watching the game and Trent came on, he had to turn off his television because Liverpool fans were booing him, and he had never felt more disappointed in that moment. Now, this is one of the things I actually understand him on. He talks about the countless things Trent has done for the club, including some of the things he's done in the Champions League. Now, a lot of Liverpool fans are rightfully angry at the way Trent left the club, and even Arne Slot has said he wasn't happy with him at some points during the season. However, some fans keep on talking about Trent leaving for a free, and specifically mentioning the time and resources they've invested into him, and now him leaving means they're not getting anything in return. But as Klopp said, he did give something in return. He produced one of the most iconic moments in Liverpool history, who went on to win the Champions League that season. So that time and resources did not go to waste. And to be honest, in terms of sponsorships, image rights, profits made from Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues, Trent did bring money back to the club. So in my opinion, the idea that Trent left Liverpool with absolutely nothing is objectively incorrect. He's leaving for free, yes, but over the years he has helped the club to profit. But I do understand the way Trent left is probably not the best for many Liverpool fans. While I understand Trent not wanting to mention things with Liverpool battling it out for the Premier League, he did leave fans a little bit in the dark for a very long period of time. And there were certain subliminal messages that could have been interpreted as him staying. And more generally, it is never nice to lose a player on a free transfer. It is not, especially one that has been at the club for many, many years, 20 in Trent's case. So I'm not going to tell Liverpool fans how to react. That is their business and their business alone. But I do get where Klopp is coming from. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments down below and like and follow for more. Luka Modric has officially left Real Madrid, and Madrid fans all across social media have gone into meltdown. First and foremost, let's celebrate an absolute legend, the most decorated player in Real Madrid history. I'm old enough to remember Modric at Spurs, but he definitely made his mark at Real Madrid. I think the level of consistency he has displayed throughout the years for Madrid is absolutely incredible. And even this season, for several matches, you could see that his level was still there. Maybe he couldn't run as much, perhaps his brain worked a little bit faster than his feet, but the level was still okay. But all good things must eventually come to an end, and some fans understandably are not happy about it. Perez expectedly has caught a lot of heat from Real Madrid fans. And to be honest, Luka Modric did want to stay and probably did recently find out about his departure, so maybe Perez could have been a little bit quick about it. Modric is finished and so is this Real Madrid fan. But on the flip side, there has been some fans who think that this is a natural end for Luka Modric and it was time. With Xavi Alonso coming in, bringing in young players already being in this Real Madrid team, maybe it is time to, pass the mantle on to somebody else. Which in my opinion does make a lot of sense, even if I do think he would have been of some use next season for them. There are some people saying that Real Madrid should retire the number 10. And it's a nice gesture, sure, but per La Liga rules, you must have players with the numbers 1 to 25 in your squad. So that's not happening. The shirt will get passed down to someone new. Of course, people have found a way to bring Kylian Mbappe into all of this. And apparently he is conspiring with Florentino Perez to get Modric out so he can inherit the number 10. I honestly don't think people understand how delusional they sound. Take a bit of a chill pill. But it is the end of the road for an absolute legend. And I think all that's left for Real Madrid fans to do, and football fans in general, is to reminisce on what this guy brought to football. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and like and follow for more. What a game to send off one of the greatest midfielders the Premier League has ever seen. Ballon d'Or Rodri made his return. We saw not one, but two players receive a red card. It was goals galore from Manchester City, and I don't think anybody is forgetting that KDB miss anytime soon. Actually, what's going on? First Salah against Brighton, now KDB. What is up with elite players missing open nets? I think it's one of those things where in your mind you've already scored. So the end product is just not there, but I will be honest, was a little bit upset that KDB got subbed off when he did. Sue me, I wanted that last final goal from one of the greatest midfielders I have ever seen at the Etihad, at his home. But Pep Guardiola said no, the game is on the line, it is time to leave. And to be honest, when you are missing chances like that, who blames him? Come on, who blames him? But I could talk about KDB all day, and despite it being his send-off, someone else made a very special return to football. Ballon d'Or Rodri. Now, I saw someone on social media say that Rodri looks washed, and come on, he has just returned from an ACL injury, first game back. He's not going to be absolutely perfect. And I don't think anyone should expect him to. General thoughts about the match. I thought Marmoush's and Gonzalez's goals were absolute bangers. I think we could all see that. Gonzalez with the first Premier League goal of his career, and to do so during KDB's send-off, quite special if you ask me. I thought Bournemouth were dreadful if I'm honest. Leaky at the back, no real determination to go forward. Huijsen made some nice passes here and there. Of course they had some good opportunities, but they were sparse and very far in between. Of course, City's mistake at the back led to Bournemouth putting one back, but the game was already done and over. But to be honest, it was an excellent finish. I will give them that. But I have prattled on for far too long. As always, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and like and follow for more.